welcome you to this presentation. In this presentation, we are going to look at the three branches of US government, and we will look at how each branch work with one another. We will also look at the two main political parties of the United States, and we will look at the third political party that is not well known, and we will look at how the process it goes through for a bill to become law. Thank you, and we wish you to enjoy the presentation.
Hello.
My name is Reyes. Can I have a few minutes to have an interview with you, sir?
It's okay.
Thank you so much. Today is August 12th, 2016, and my name is Reyes Mvanu, as I told you. I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Art with Courage for America at Southern New Hampshire University, and I'm conducting this interview as part of my academic work. With your consent, I will record this interview and use information in a straight video, and I'm working for a contribute to society project under government NGO. So the interview will be used to create a video, and I will submit it to Courage for America so that my project can be evaluated. This recording will be used solely for this purpose. So the interview information will be temporarily stored in the Courage for America online evaluation system, where the evaluators and the Courage for America staff will have access to. So do you have any questions?
No. Used as part of the students' academic work.
Thank you so much, Naomi. The first question is, can you name three branches of U.S. government?
The three branches of U.S. government. The first one is legislative. The second one is judicial, and the third one is executive.
Okay.
So, legislative, it is about court, and executive is about presidency, and the last one, which is legislative. Am I right?
So just say it the way you know it. Hello.
Hello.
My name is Reyes. Can I have a few minutes to talk to you?
Sure.
Okay, so my name is Reyes, and as I told you, today is August 12, 2016, and I'm a student in the Bachelor's of Art program with Courage for America at Southern New Hampshire University, and I'm conducting this interview as part of my academic work. So with your consent, I will record this interview and use the information in a straight video, and I'm working on a contribute to society project under government NGO. So the interview will be used solely for this purpose, to create a video that I will submit to Courage for America so that my project can be evaluated.
Okay.
So this recording will be used solely for this purpose. So the interview will be temporarily stored in Courage for America, where evaluation system and the evaluator and the Courage for America staff have access to. So, do you have any questions?
No. No question.
So you have no question. So can you please read this statement?
Okay. I, Celestine, give my informed consent to participate in this interview, to be recorded and used as a part of the student's academic work.
Thank you so much, Celestine. So my first question is, what are the three branches of the U.S. government?
I think there are general branches of the government in different countries, and they are executive, legislative, and judicial branch.
So can you tell the responsibilities or the laws of each branch?
I think legislative is more about making laws, just made of Chamber of Deputies and the Senate. And executive actually just verify the presidents, and it's more about putting the laws into action, that executing those laws from the legislative. And judicial is more about protecting laws, where they used to have courts for people who violate those laws. Yeah, I think those are the responsibility of those branches.
Okay, thank you so much. Hello everyone, my name is Reyes Mwanime and I welcome you to this presentation. In this presentation, we are going to look at the three branches of US government, and we will look at how each branch work with one another. We will also look at the two main political parties of the United States, and we will look at the third political party that is not well known, and we will look at how the process it goes through for a bill to become law. Thank you, and we wish you to enjoy the presentation. First of all, let's look at the three main branches of US government. The first one is executive. The executive is made of presidency, and the president is the chief of the state, and he has the right to declare the war. And also the president is the head of the government, of course, and he is the commander of the army. The second branch of US government is legislative. The legislative is made of the Senate and the House of the Representative. Their law is to make laws and to permit the budget of the country. They involve in taxation, and their role is to decide whether the country can borrow money from outside or from the World Bank. And the other role is that the legislative, the Senate and the House of the Representative can either permit a bill to become a law. The third branch of US government is judicial. The judicial consists of Supreme Court, and it is where the final word of the law is accepted. They interpret the Constitution, and they interpret laws in different ways. So, and you can wonder yourself, you can ask yourself how these three main branches of government, how they work together, how they are interconnected. The Constitution of the United States is made to the extent that to make sure that each branch of the government has power which is equal to the other two branches. It means that they have equal power, equal rights to decisions, to any of the decisions that they can make for the country. So it means that there is something that the president can approve, but if the judicial and the legislative don't approve it, it cannot be approved. So let's look at how they work together. For example, a president, we have seen that the president has the right to declare and the power to declare the war to a certain nation, but the legislative branch, which is made of Senate and House of the Representative, has to approve it first. For example, if the president say that we are going to declare a war to this country, and if the Senate don't approve it, he doesn't have to declare such war. Also, we have seen that the legislative is made of Senate, of course, and House of Representatives, and their law is to make the law. However, if the judicial branch of the government does not approve it, it is not approved. It means that for the laws to be approved, the judicial department has to make sure if those laws are constitutional. So thank you so much. Those were the three branches of US government and how they connect to one another. My second question is, there are two main political parties in the US, and can you name the third political party?
I don't even know those two, so
Okay.
I cannot know the third one.
It's okay. The second question, There are two main political parties in the United States. So can you name the third political party?
Um, Apart from Republicans and Democratic, I think is Liberal Party.
Liberal Party.
I guess. I don't know.
Okay,
I
okay.
guess it is a Liberal Party or something like that.
All right. So, do you know what do they do? How are they different from Republicans and Democrats, and how their contribution to their goals in the society?
I think if I try to make that comparison, the Liberal Party, or maybe it's Liberal Party independent from Republican Democratic, it's more about taking part into those two, between those two parties, just not focusing on Republicans or Democratic. Just also it has a contribution in the country's politics, like other parties giving candidates participate in elections, meetings, in general the development of the country in terms of politics.
Okay, thank you so much. So, when it was around 1787, they began a political party that is known as Federalist. It was led by Alexander Hamilton and the other leaders who were really interested in the ideas of a centralized government, and they were mostly attracted or um, oriented in the ideas of protecting the infant industries, whereby they favored merchants, bankers, and other businessmen in order to just to orient their political parties. Later on, of course, because there were some readers who were not interested in the ideas of the Federalists, under Jefferson, um, there come other anti-federalists who were called themselves Democratic Republicans. They were mostly engaged in supporting the small farmers and other artisans. So that time it was in 1796, whereby the Federalists began to work, and in 1796, the anti-federalists who called themselves Republicans and who called themselves Democrats and Republicans began to work. So actually, in 1828, the man called Andrew Jackson was elected, and he was the one who changed the name of Federalists into the Democrat Party. So that time, the anti-democrats or the anti-federalists strongly started to oppose the Democrats, and they also formed the political party known as the Republican. So you can ask yourself how the third political parties also emerged. So actually, in the United States, the two main political parties, the Democrats and Republicans, are the ones um, that attain, or they are the ones which are allowed to participate in the public elections. However, the third political party is also known as the Independent, which is made of different and several political parties which do not participate in the elections. So we can talk of like the Green Party, the Socialists, the Constitution Party, and so on. So those parties draw the attention on different issues and ideas in order to influence the political parties. They challenge them, they influence them, and they raise different ideas that are needed in the community, such as human rights, such as women's rights, such as environmental protection, and so on. So they support different ideas, and they mostly support some of the political party which promise, or which like agree to go in line with the views of that third party. So we can say that though there are two major political parties in the United States, the third political party also play a great role in the political system of the United States because it helps the community, the minority views be heard and be considered in the U.S. politics. Question is, how does a bill becomes a law?
On my own understanding, I know that a bill can become a law when the Chamber of Deputies gives it is like a suggestion when they give to the president and the president accepted. In that case, the bill becomes the law.
Well, my third question is, how does a bill become a law?
I don't have a full map of that process, how to become, but I think when a bill comes to the legislative branch, yes, the Senate and or the House of Deputies, they evaluate the bill, they try to complement, and after they make more discussions about the bill, they pass it to the presidency so that the president can confirm it. When the president confirms it, then it becomes a law, and then the remaining part will be for the judicial branch to protect it. And when the president doesn't confirm the law, I think it goes back to the executive, no, to the Senate.
Okay.
Then they try to evaluate why different elements, and then they bring it back to the president and confirm it. I think
It's about how a bill become a law. Actually, a bill starts from the Congress, where the congressmen submit it to the House of Representatives, and then the House of Representatives analyze it and evaluate it, and then they pass it to the subcommittees, whereby specialists and some experts can provide some opinion about how they think about the bill, what it will solve, and the changes that they're gonna bring, and then the subcommittees bring it back to the House of the Representatives. Then the House of the Representatives submit it to the presidency, where when the presidency sign it, it becomes a law. Then when the presidency does not sign it, it means that it comes back with some comments from the executive branch of the government, and then the House of the Representatives analyze it back and analyze it with some reasonings and review the comments from the executive. Then, when the 2/3 of the House of Representatives approve and agree on the bill, then at that time a bill become a law. And then when the presidency also sign a bill at time without veto, without refusing it, it means that it become also a law. So this is all about how a bill become a law. This means that it comes from the congressmen in the House of the Representatives, and then they bring it to different committees which analyze it and evaluate it, how it is going to fix different problems in the community. And then if they feel and they found out that there are reasonable reasons which can make that bill to become a law, then they pass it to the presidency, where the presidency can sign it, and when the presidency sign it, at that time it become a law. And then when the presidency does not sign it at that time, it may be brought back, and then if 2/3 of the committee of the House of the Representatives agrees on it, that time it becomes a law.